also good for your eyes and a good complement to citrus. Hello, as Melissa gets ready, we just want to say Happy New Year and way to start off this 2021 with a great teaching kitchen from Melissa. And why don't we start it off with a superfood of citrus, and she will show us how we can make citrus fun, healthy, and easy, and you can replicate this in your room.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Carrie. Thank you for the intro, Brian. So to celebrate this month's superfood of citrus, we're going to make a citrus salad with yogurt dressing. So I'd like to start the dressing for today. You'll have kits available to pick up in the Point starting at 2 o'clock this afternoon. The dressing is going to start with yogurt. During these times, it can be kind of challenging to get the exact things you need from the grocery store by delivery or from your grocery order. The recipe is going to ask you for plain yogurt. It doesn't matter if it's Greek or regular yogurt, and if you can't find plain, vanilla will work just fine. So the recipe is going to ask us for 4 tablespoons of plain yogurt, which I had pre-measured out. It's going to ask for 2 tablespoons of honey. It can be clover or amber, whatever is your preference. 1 pinch of cinnamon and 1 pinch of nutmeg. Now the flyers that you received in your cubbies yesterday had the recipe for the salad with the dressing already included. The dressing is pre-made inside the kits, but this afternoon you'll also have the dressing recipe to pick up beside the kits in the Point. I'm going to give this a quick whisk.
So vitamin C functions to fight all free radicals, which is a good boost during this time for our immune system. So any way that you can get it into your diet would be a good benefit. And we also have grapefruit citrus, things like grapefruit, like pineapples, like mandarin oranges are substitutes that you can add into the recipe to add your own flair to it. However, if you have any difficulties with grapefruit for medications, things like that, you can always make substitutions to your liking.
So the next step in the recipe is to prepare our citrus and our spinach. The recipe is going to ask for 3 tablespoons of orange segments and 3 tablespoons of grapefruit segments. And Carrie's going to give us a great tip about grapefruit and blood pressure.
So grapefruit affects your blood pressure medication. So in that aspect, talk to your doctor first, and then maybe consult and find a different flair of citrus that you can add into the recipe as your own.
Also, if you're having trouble finding grapefruit sections or orange sections, and you want to take a little bit of the work out of it, or you want to use what you already have in your pantry, you could substitute mandarin orange sections in a can. Just drain the juice, and as always, if it's packed in juice instead of syrup, it's going to have less sugar. So I have my orange segments ready to go here. I have my trusty cut glove for safety. If you don't have one of these at home, I'll show you the best way to cut grapefruit segments on the board instead of toward your hand to be safer. So you want to take your grapefruit and cut each edge off to make it flat. This is going to keep the fruit from sliding around the board or rocking back and forth. It's the safest way to do this. You want to take a paring knife and peel the rind away. You're going to have to go deeper on a grapefruit than you do on an orange to get past the pith. The pith is the name of the bitter white part. Once you have that completely peeled, like I have here, you can cut sections by working your knife in between the white ribs of pith. So there's a little white ribs right here. You can cut into a V. These are actually called supremes. Okay? So 3 tablespoons seems like a really weird measurement for something like an orange section. You can think of it like this. There's 16 tablespoons in a cup, and 3 tablespoons times 5 will be 15, almost a cup, right? Or a fifth of a cup. So you can think of it like that. It's a little bit less than a quarter of a cup, if that makes more sense. So you want 3 tablespoons of each, grapefruit and orange segments. And then the base for this salad is going to be spinach.
So just letting you know, the spinach is a great source of vitamin A, and it's good for just giving you that extra greens that you need in your diet. And it's also good for your eyes and a good complement to citrus. So if you haven't thought that spinach and citrus goes well, then I suggest you eat all of this salad. And if you were in here, you would smell how great it is, and I can't wait to taste it. I don't think she told us we can taste, but we are tasting.
I skipped a small step in the dressing. It actually calls for a tablespoon of orange juice. So I have the orange juice right here, but I'm going to share another tip with you. We're really big on this campus about preventing waste and using every part of the food. So if you use an orange or a grapefruit at home and you've cut the segments out, do not throw the middle of that away, because you will get exactly as much juice as you need. You'll get 3 ounces of juice out of each if you squeeze it out. Okay? So we're going to mix the orange and the grapefruit segments together. The recipe calls for 2 ounces of baby spinach, which is just about 2 cups of packed baby spinach. We're going to put that into our dressing. I'm going to give it a quick toss. You want the leaves completely coated, and you can let it sit for a moment, just so the spinach will absorb those flavors just a little, because you want the dairy and the dressing to be able to move across the membrane. So you're going to put that onto a prepared and chilled salad plate. Mound it up really nice, make it look really pretty. Then you're going to top that with your citrus segments. Now, one of the great things that I really like about cooking at home is using a recipe as a guideline and then making it your own. So if you wanted to jazz this up a little bit, if you had granola or toasted nuts at home or a crunchy cereal that you really liked, you could put that right on top, and it would be a nice contrast, a nice little crunch for this salad.
And it would also be adding protein to a starchy type of salad. So if you are diabetic or if you're watching your carbs, always putting a protein with a carb will help minimize the rise of your blood sugar.
Thank you so much for having us on this morning. We hope that you pick up a kit from the point and cook along with us this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
Looks gorgeous.